You alright, mate? How's it going? Alright, Jay. JC. How's it hanging? What he's all up to? Xander, hey up. You alright? Yeah, so I've just been to the gym and now I'm just waiting to I'm gonna go online in a minute and see how I get on. You alright? Richard, a kid, you alright? I'm not even gone out today, Matty. No, I've got doing most of it. Motivation. Mate, honest God. Rough January, boys, especially the first week. Day off today, Jay. Yeah, I think everyone's doing a similar thing. One of the lads went out this morning and he done like 70 quid in 5 hours, which is obviously poor. Like 4 a.m. till 9 a.m. something like that. It's been mad quiet, like. But it's like this every year, innit? Luckily we had a busy last Christmas, end of Christmas, so should tie us off over. Henry, 40 quid since 8:30. That's awful, mate. And that's Newcastle, that's normally bouncing. He's still waiting for the job, John, yeah? Jay, honest to God, mate, it's always January, dead poor. And yes, I have had a good new year, mate, yeah. Nice one. First time I've seen your car, not straight up your nose. I know, because I recorded on the slide, don't I? Do you know what I mean? I normally do, Liam, but I've just done a private job and got a good tip, so I thought I'd just go to the gym instead. Bonus, innit? Yeah, Dave, that's what Dave just said, yeah. January's always bad. One call and I've done 30 quid since Q9. See, Uber's quite bad. I know the normal taxis are bad, but one call, 30 quid since Q9. That's bad, that. Not had a job since 11:15. Start dropping off, 3 for a one. 3 for a one? Bloody hell, the price has gone up, hasn't it? I haven't had that for years. 3 for a one. Sure, it's 3 for 50 or 2 for 50. 3 for a one. Got my taxi medical today. You've been my inspiration. Thank you very much, mate. I hope it goes well. Do not judge the taxis on the next month or two because it's crap. It's all it has been. Do you know what I mean? But 3 for a one. Flipping heck, that's shocking, that. Oh, you got a job, Mr. One Call? Yes, lad. Keep busy, mate. Keep busy. Hope you're better soon. A big blonde will help you. I've just been to the gym, done legs. Applying for TFL, so I've got months to wait yet. Yeah, I've heard there's a Transport for London, isn't it? I've heard Transport for London, like major queues, but once you get in there, it's meant to be quite a solid badge. Do you know what I mean? Wait there, Chester bus lanes, Ian. I'm pretty sure if it's like Warrington, mate, you just email them and say, I'm a private hire, and you get rid of it, you know. Well, you're doing Warrington, mate. I don't know if Chester has the same rules, do you know what I mean? Yeah, Uber's dead, that's always going to be dead. Started this job after watching your videos, legend. Yeah, double check on those bus lanes, mate. Good luck with your job. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Really, David? So if you're Cheshire West and Chester plated, you can use the bus lanes, but if you're not, you can't. Tommy boy, you said we are taxis in London, we are private hire. I know, mate, but how many times you go, hey lad, do you want to phone a taxi? Or do you go, hey lad, do you want to phone a private hire vehicle? I say taxi as in broad spectrum, and underneath taxi you've got private hire and you've got acnes or black cabs. That's what I say. So taxi is more like a generic term, but I'm pretty sure as well, if you Google it, a definition of a taxi, it will show up private hire and it'll say acnes. Yeah, but David, I'm pretty sure if you get a letter with the fine through the post like Warrington, because Most plates haven't got a front plate, they've only got a rear plate. So I'm pretty sure, mate, you can send them an email, send them your private hire vehicle license, and you get those fines squashed, you know. You do in Warrington. I've had loads of fines in Warrington. I know Manchester you can't. Manchester is Acne's only. I know that. Oh, mate. Not that bad, boy. 50 gram of protein. Amazon Flex is normally busy, mate. Yeah, it's quite good for Amazon Flex. Ian, we're all plated Uber. Ian, I promise you, mate. There's an email on the forms. Just throw in your private hire vehicle license, mate. Your plate license, and just say you're a private hire driver, and you should. Oh yeah, David from Runcorn got his squashed. Ah, okay. Yes, Tony. Good lad for getting a job. Yeah, Tommy, because you're not an Acne driver, mate. No, you're not. No, you're not a chauffeur. Chauffeur in Belfast. All right, mate. You need to do a normal private hire vehicle license to become an Uber driver, mate. Depending if you're in the UK. In America, it's different. They're not taxi drivers in America. They're just normal people. But in the UK, you need to be a private hire driver. So the best thing to do, Turtle Soup 2000, is contact your local council and just say, can I be a private hire driver? And they'll advise you. On Uber last night, 7 p.m. till half 2, 1:30. Not bad, Jay. Not bad for the January. Yeah, Turtle Soup, just contact your local council, mate, and they'll be able to advise you. Uber, Class C under the taxi license already. RT, there's that many drivers, mate. You'll never get me. You'll never get me. But I'm licensed with Sefton, mate. Yeah, I guess that, Jay, because that would have been a killer shift if 7 p.m. till 2:30 p.m. That's a killer shift, that. Oh, by the way, I haven't even got online, guys. I live in between Coventry and Birmingham. Can I do Uber around both cities? Yes, mate. The district for Birmingham is Midlands and Northwest. Do I do supermarket pickups? I do whatever pickup the job is, mate. I'm not picky. I had a fella the other day, and he had a flipping rug and everything. I went, mate, when you book an XL, he went, I know it was too expensive. I was like, fair enough. Luckily, I've got a big boot. But I had a rug and about 4 bags of shopping for him. One of them, innit? Part of the job. We start turning people down because they're at the supermarket, a bit of shopping. So yeah, a bit of a bad form for a taxi driver, like, private hire driver, apologies. Ugh. Where's my lip? Yeah, I'm going to go online in a sec, and I'm going to stay live until I get a job. Now, I've just built up my protein shake in my new car. Right, I'm going to go online, and boom. I'll tell you what jobs I get offered as well. I'm only doing a job that's worth it. I'm not grabbing any old job. Do I do airport run? I do, mate, yeah. I done one this morning. That's why I'm because I've got to do both school runs today. It's a flipping pain with the kids. My kids. So working in between the school runs is just like soul destroying, so quiet. But lucky, I had got an airport run, and it was 2 passengers for 64 quid I got for it. But I ended up giving me a tip as well, so it was quite a nice job in the end. But yeah, very rare airports at the moment, very rare. Out of season. During the summer, it'd be bouncing, do you know what I mean? But I'd say if you got your own firm, then you'll be busy, like, do you know what I mean? Cherry picking all the cream. But just as a driver who works for firms, you don't get much. Yeah, Jay, Amazon Flex, mate, is an absolute pain to get onto. I applied. I've been on Amazon Flex for years, probably about 7 years. So I applied near the start, but I know people are like massive queues. You know what I mean? No, don't get decent money for school runs, mate, because they're my kids. I wish I got flipping decent school run. Got paid for school runs. No, they're my kids. Me wife's currently on 9 till 5s. So I've got to get up, do both school runs, work in between, do the second school run, and then maybe do a bit later on in the afternoon. I know. But that's the reason why I'm a taxi driver, mate. I've always said that I'm not on the taxis for the money. If it was, I wouldn't be a taxi driver because obviously the money isn't the greatest. It's always the flexibility. That's the best. So I'm on the taxis because I'm the flexible one in the relationship. The wife is currently the worker. So I'm on the taxis to bounce around the kids and out work. So, but my son's in Secrets tonight, so I've got to take my son to Secrets tonight. So I'll probably work around that. Yes, lad. Yeah, that's the good thing about the airports, mate. If you get a job to money, you can wait, and then it's gambling, though. Sometimes you get back, and sometimes you don't. Do you know what I mean? Henry, listen, Mister Newcastle flying lad. You know now, if the Newcastle lads are quiet, it's flipping quiet, mate. Why are you, man? Oh. Yeah, Richard, contact your local council, mate, and just apply for your private hire license. Or your Hackney license, whatever you want to do. 6 months to get an Amazon Flex. Yeah, mate, it's a flipping killer. No offers on Bolt for an hour either in Newcastle. No way. That's lucky Ian, that you got one straight away. I normally wait, but it is gambling. Sometimes you lose out big time. Yeah, I've waited 4 hours and drove home empty, or I've wasted 5 minutes and got nothing. Jack from London, hello, Jack the Hat. Yeah, flex depends on the area, mate. If there's too many flex drivers in your area, you could be waiting 6 months. You could be waiting a year, or if they need drivers, you can get on straight away. It's just pot luck. By the way, I'm still online, so it's been 7 minutes. Yeah. How's it going, Jack in London? Are you flying, mate? Are you flying? Big rates in London compared to the north, but you got big rentals, haven't you? Very expensive to live in London. You flying, lad? White Alpha. White Lamba. Anyone seen Avatar 2, by the way? Belter. It's a long watch, but it's worth a watch. I enjoyed it. Hello. Didn't know I can do that. How cool is that? Yeah, see, a 3 bedroom house is 450 grand. Big up the new Happy. Yeah, mate. London's so expensive to live. What do you keep entertained between slow days? Normally, I go live and just woo. No, I actually just like I've got a tablet, so I'll just watch a bit of Netflix or YouTube and stuff. Um, and yeah, the film with the blue people. Yeah, that's exactly it, Richard. The film with the blue people. But yeah, normally keep yourself entertained. Got a tablet. Do some press ups and stretch. Ah, lad, the gyms are back open now. I've just been in the gym. Just done legs, done upper body yesterday. So I've been doing upper body, lower body splits. Job done and straight to another. Flipping heck, lad. Flying on one call. It's nice to get a bit of luck in it. But yeah, I've done upper body yesterday, lower body today. And then I'll probably do upper body again tomorrow. And then lower the next day. And just keep doing that way. So working multiple muscle groups all the time. Tommy boy, mate. I know. I know. It's like a speech impediment, isn't it, mate? I got everyone, mate. Call me mum, mate. I'm like, alright, mate. Oh, lad. No, don't call me mum, lad. I can't go live because I'm sat watching you with no clothes on. Cool, Christopher. Got to keep strong in the cab game. So many drivers get weak cabbing. Tommy Boys found Jack the Hat. There'll be lots of YouTube watching in my car throughout January. Driving Matty and crypto videos. Nice one, David. Yeah, I normally watch like World's Strongest Man stuff. So like Eddie Hall, Brian Shaw, a few others, and then a few car ones. I like Matt Watson as well, doing the car reviews. Matt Watson is a flipping ledge. Tommy and Jack the Hat having a little bromance. Bromance in the chat. Matty, do I know Spine Road? In London, Tommy? No. I know the big wheel. I know where the Queen lives in that the big house. Queen's Gaff. I know the Queen's Gaff. Oh no, shit, the Queen's dead. I mean, I shouldn't swear. The Queen's dead. Forgot about her. King's house. Oh, did he? Yeah, he's boss Matt Watson, mate. I enjoy it. I enjoy Matt Watson, mate. Does some good reviews. Not as good as Driver Matty, but you know what I mean? He's on par. Not exaggerating, still online, by the way. Oh. Oh, you're thinking about going full electric, are you? Yeah, car one. Yeah, there's a few good to look full electric cars, mate. The Kia e-Niro for the cheaper one, and then you got the Kia EV6, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 as a belter. I've just got the Teslas. One of my WhatsApp members has actually got a Tesla Model 3. Yeah, I know. A few of the lads has got the e-Niro, and yeah, it's good. It is good. Oh, mate, yeah, Hyundai Centre FE plugins, a boss. Yeah, I really enjoyed that car, honestly. Yeah, but you know what I mean? You can't get any bigger than the beast. Look at that leg room. Look at the leg room, you know what I mean? Nearly hit my neck. Didn't I do a review on the Santa Fe? I did, mate, yeah. With Sean, my little friend. But yeah, I done the Santa Fe. It was good. I enjoyed it. Dun, 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 dun. I've got rubber mats. I've got rubber mats, but I need better ones. Got a full MG5. Yeah, see, the thing is with the electrics now, you just got to charge them at home. Rapid charging is flipping so expensive. You just got to charge them at home. Yeah. If you charge them at home, electric cars are still cheaper to run. Whoa, can't disclose sit off locations, mate. I'll be flipping swamped. No, wouldn't. Yeah. If you're a Scouser, you'll know anyway. If you're a Scouser, you'll know. No more spoilers. Because last time I think I went live ages ago when I was in Manchester Airport and people were knocking on my window and that. So, yeah, so it's in a top secret location, JP. Instructor once did a session because she killed me off stiff for a week. Yeah, to be honest, it's heavy in the gyms, isn't it? Proper heavy in the gyms. Even now when you got all the part-timers, I went in the gym there and it was pretty chill, do you know what I mean? Yeah, charging a home one from 750 to 22 quid over a year, 22 for 200 miles. It's a bit better than diesel, but we pay more than that. That is true, mate, that is true. That is true. But 22 quid for 200 miles is still decent, that, like. Especially with this, the price of diesels, do you know what I mean? If you're in 3 grand negative equity, mate, no, it's proper hard to get out. Definitely don't get it robbed and burnt out, and the insurance will pay out more. Who said that? No, honestly, 3 grand in negative equity is rough, mate. You just got to work harder and get it cleared. That's why sometimes getting a taxi on finance over like a 5-year term, you'll always be in negative equity. You'll always will be. Because we kill cars. Our trade kills cars. So the depreciation just falls with all our cars. Do you know what I mean? I buy mine, obviously I buy mine brand new. So with like a big discount. Tommy, I'm going to kick it in a minute. Shut up. Taxi is a generic term. I'm not going to say private hire every time I mention a private hire vehicle. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not. It's a taxi. It's a baxi. Yeah, the Teslas are heavy. Like, yeah, you can say cab. You could say cab, but yeah, Acne or private hire vehicle. So I don't understand. I never understand it. I don't know why we can't be called a taxi, and Acne drivers get called Acnes or black cabs, or something different. Do you know what I mean? Get back on Alpha. I know, lads, I would do, but the only negative about Alpha is, like, obviously, Uber has got like a global pull on the videos and the traffic and the views, and Alpha just hasn't got the pull. So every time I've done like an Alpha video, it doesn't get nowhere near as much traffic as Uber. So that's why I've got to do Uber. I might do Alpha on the sly, like, and that, but I still need to get the content out on the channel. Or PHV. Hey boys, you know, just before we go out, yeah, do you want to order a PHV, lad? Come on, you're not going to say that. And you're not going to say, hey, you're going to phone a private hire vehicle, boys, yeah? Get us out, boys. No one's going to say that either, are they? It's phone a taxi or phone a cab. Acne drivers need to stop being pedantic. Showed me they paid 40 quid on their phone, I got 25. Yes, Andy, mate, it's the problem with that is because the VAT and the commission and all that jazzy. So I wouldn't really concentrate on how much Uber's charging the customer. Just concentrate on the money that you're getting offered. And if you're happy to get that figure and you're happy to do that figure, do the job. If you're not happy, don't do the job. I wouldn't overlook into it and go, it's not fair. They get, you know, the customer's paying more, Uber's taking more or whatever. I wouldn't look into it that much, mate, because if you do, it's just going to bum you out, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, if I get a job off, I'll be like, nah, yes. Doesn't matter how much the customer's paying. Doesn't matter what, in my opinion. Just, I'm off to do my airport job. Go on, Jack, the hat. Smash it. Yeah, Yusuf, you alright, mate? Yeah, work is dead. Order my PH. No one's going to say order my PHV. Stop it. It ain't happening. This is not going to stick. Hey, Matty, what do you do, mate? Oh, I'm just a PHV, mate, yeah. Just a PHV. Oh, and then you'll go, oh, what's a PHV? And I go, oh, just a private hire vehicle, mate, yeah. Private hire vehicle driver I am. Well, hey, job title, yeah. What's private hire? Oh, well, it's like taxis, but I can't pick up on the streets. It's got to be pre-booked through an operator. No one's going to say it. It's literally what I am, taxi driver. You know what I mean? So stop being pedantic. I honestly, God, I get the taxi stuff all the time. All the time. I get, hey, yeah, you're not a taxi driver, Matty. You're a private hire driver. And I'm like, but I don't call myself a private hire driver. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It just doesn't work like that. I just realised I'm sat in the car, in a car park, talking to myself. By the way, I have been online for just best of 20 minutes and I haven't got a single job offer. I've priced a Volvo refueling for 200 miles. Yeah, diesels for you, mate. The price of diesels is like that compared to petrol now. Have you seen the gap? It's nearly 25% gap now. No, I've not got an acne carriage license, mate. I've got a private hire vehicle license, Justin. Jump on Alpha in dead times. I know, mate. I need to really, but I'm signed up to Alpha. I can work from now. I can go online now, but I don't normally. I've worked for Alpha for ages, but I'm on live with them. But like I said, I've just done a private job. They got a cheeky fat tip there because they helped the old women out the car now. So I'm already sorted for the day, really. So I've gone live, do a bit of Ubering, got to pick up the kids, take them home, feed them, get them all dressed, get the ironing ready, clean up the house, take my son to Secrets, come back home, have me tea, go back out, pick my son up from Secrets, come home, watch a bit of telly, fall asleep, go to bed, wake up, get the kids ready for school, take them to school, blah, blah, blah. Can you have a both Hackney licence and a private hire licence? Some councils you can have dual licences, mate. Not all councils, though. Train strike before Christmas was offered the Warrington to London for 205 miles for 240 quid. I thought, no thanks. Ian, I would have said the exact same, mate. No, thank you. But that's your choice, mate. You don't have to take it. Just ignore it and move on. No points in, obviously, like, people like cry about it and like tell all the mates, guess what happened there? What? I got offered 240 quid for 205 mile. Uber's poo. Hashtag Uber's poo. Let's pick it. Just ignore the job and crack on with your life and move on. It's all about the positive mental attitude, guys. What am I up to now? It was so dead yesterday. I did 41-mile job for 41 quid. That's how desperate I was. Do you do bolts as well or just do bet? No, Justin, there is no bolts in Liverpool. There's bolts in Sefton, which is Liverpool, but in Manchester. But there's no Sefton in Manchester. It's complicated. But I'm signed up with Bolt. I can work Bolt, but I've got to be in Manchester. And I don't never work in Manchester because I can't drive in bus lanes. Because I get told off. Because I'm not a Hackney carriage vehicle. No, live. It's not too many drivers, not enough work. It's just January, mate. January's a crap on all firms and all taxi firms because everyone's skint and everyone's going nowhere. All the students are still away. I don't know how Hackneys do it, mate. I really don't. But obviously, a long-term taxi driver will know how to work the system and play the game. Like, but sometimes you drive down Lime Street, mate, which is a train station, and there's like 15 Hackneys parked up. I'm just like, mate, it's got to be 3 hours before the back Hackney picks someone up. Do you know what I mean? It's madness. But yeah, you can do. So to work multiple operators, you can do it. It depends on your council. Some councils allow it. Some councils don't care. Some councils forbid it. So if you get caught by licensing double apping when you can't legally double app, you could lose your license. So it depends on your council. Mostly now, most firms now, they don't care as long as they're getting the jobs covered. So the local firms don't care that you're double apping with Uber because they don't care as long as their jobs are getting covered. But depending on the council, you can get in trouble. And one thing you cannot do, and I see it all the time. The other day, I seen a car with a Delta Mags, which is a local Liverpool firm, and Uber Mags on the same car. On the same car, guys. Honestly. Yeah, you can't do that. You can never have magnets on. You can never have two magnets on one car. You never can. You have to switch the magnets depending on who you're working for. Do Liverpool let you do both? I'm not too sure. Per pack. Is that meant to be per packy? I'm not too sure if you do it on Liverpool, mate. I'm not too sure. Busy day, Richard. Sarcasm much? After 10 years in London, you're effectively the same as a black cab taxi driver. Are we? No, we're not, because I can't pick up on the streets. So Hackneys can work for private, local operators. So Hackneys can do both. Hackneys can pick up off the streets, be flagged down, and also can take pre-bookings, do airport work. Hackneys can do it all. Private hire vehicles cannot pick up off the streets. It has to be pre-booked. Do you know one thing that needs doing, in my opinion? I think we need to join councils because I think the different rules of different councils and different operators is crazy. Do I do GoPuff anymore? No. No. GoPuff. Just remind me. GoPuff. Oh, what a company. But no, I don't. What we need to do is we need to combine Sefton, Knowsley and Liverpool, possibly the Whittle, if you class them, into one Merseyside council. I think that would be brilliant. And then you haven't got to, so as an example, I am Sefton operated, so I can technically do a job off a Liverpool operator for an airport job, unless it's covered by another Sefton operator. They're complicated. You can't cross the operator jobs. So not only I can't do a job unless it's booked with an operator, the operator I take the job off has to be the same council. They're confused. They're complicated. It's crazy. So I think we should definitely have a Merseyside council combined. Yeah, Liverpool combined authority. Liverpool, Knowsley, Sefton, even a Whittle, all combined into Mersey Council, cabs or whatever you want to call it, and have one council. And then they won't have issues with staffing and problems, and trying to get your plate at these days off like the councils is a nightmare. Uber's not taking 40% commission, Adam. That's VAT and your commission. Yeah, still now, Acne's a Liverpool Acne driver. That's why. Yeah, I know, the tinted windows and the Whittle's crazy, mate. But that's why a Hackney, like I live in Knowsley, so if I get dropped off in Knowsley by Liverpool Hackney, they can't pick up in Knowsley, so they've got to drive back to Liverpool border before they can pick up. So that's why they just whack mad prices on you, like, oh, you go to Knowsley? You're like, yeah, £7,000. I'm like, no, mate. 6.5 grand, no, mate. 4 grand, no, mate. 80 quid, no, mate. 50 quid, go on in. But yeah, still crazy rules, mate. But a Hackney driver, a Liverpool Hackney driver can't pick up in Sefton, aka Bootle, which is 5 minutes from the city centre. But a Wolverhampton driver from Wolverhampton can work in Liverpool. That's what blows my mind. When you do private work, is that private bookings through people you know, or people contacting you through Instagram? Like, are you still insured for private jobs? Right, Live, I have not got my own operator's license, mate. No. So I cannot take my own bookings. So if someone phones me up and goes, all right, Matty, can you do this booking? I'm like, no. But I work, or like I know a lot of operators and work for a lot of operators. So then what I've got to do is I've got to give them the job and say, listen, the guy's wanted to book in thing, but he wants me to take them. It's the only way, because it's got to be booked. I haven't got my own ops license, so it's got to be booked through an operator. Do you know what I mean? It's just so complicated. Myself personally, if a job is pre-booked and not off the street, we should be allowed to take them. But it's so complicated. Crazy. Could you do a new video about how to assess and accept reject job offers? What factors considered just educating new drivers? Matt the Cloth 147. I'm pretty sure I've got over 500 videos on my channel, mate. I'm pretty sure I've covered it. I would set up my own operators, but same again, I've got the same problem with the stupid law. Is my council is Sefton, but I live in Knowsley. You have to live in Sefton to get operators for Sefton. It's complicated. Even then, I was going to join up with one of my other mates who's Sefton, and we applied 8 months ago, and we're still waiting. It's crazy, mate. The delays and everything else is just a nightmare. Just experience and knowledge of the roads after 10 years, mate. Yeah, 100%, mate. But these days, mate, you don't need to, especially if you're working Uber. I sat nav to the flipping dropping my kids off at school every morning. Need to get into your MP. These laws are mad. Mate, they've always been the way. These are like old laws. Same as like, why is there 70 mile an hour on the motorway when most new cars now can easily handle 80, 90? The stopping distances from when they brought the laws out of 70 mile an hour, the stopping distance of flipping probably 3/4 down. Do you know what I mean? So where they used to cars in the 70s and 80s used to stop like that, the new cars are now stopping like that. But we've still got a 70 mile speed limit. I don't know why they don't up it to 80 or 90. Do you know what I mean? Because they brought out the 70 mile an hour rule when cars Lad, have you ever drove? I used to have a 1990 H-Reg Fiesta, right? It had a manual choke. I had to manually control the fuel going into the engine. It had 4 gears maximum. Honest to God, mate, I drove that at 70 on the motorway and I thought I was going to die or the car was going to shake itself to dust. It was that bad. And then you go, you know what? That's why there's a 70-mile-an-hour limit. We are now in 2023. These cars can drive themselves more or less and they can handle 80, 90 mile an hour without a problem. Do you have an H-Ed Fiesta? Legends. I'd love to get one back. 70 mile an hour, no, 62, I'd say. 65 tops is the most eco-friendly. Around 60, mate. Any tips for new PH drivers, Matt? Honest to God, mate, get out and test it out. Wherever you are, wherever you work, trial and error. Go out in the mornings, go out in the afternoons, go out in the evenings, go out on different days. Record your results and find out when's your best work pattern for yourself in your area. Because every area is different, mate. I can't advise the best shifts in Liverpool when you live somewhere else, so you know what I mean? But yeah, we are British. We don't like any change. Half the country would be for it, half against it, just like Brexit. That is true. Yeah, honest to God, I just realised I've been online for 30 minutes. I haven't even had a job offer. Not one job offer. I ran a 1990 Fiesta into the ground and ruined it. Mate, honestly, the 1990 Fiestas are fantastic. I mean, I loved it. It was a boss car. It cost me 50 quid off my mate's ma, honestly. Do you think automated cars will be here for our lifetime? Probably not, no. It's just the laws. And obviously the roadworks, automated cars. Have you noticed on like the motorway, they've kind of blacked out semi-light lines and then put new lines in temporary for the new traffic jams and all that. Do you know what I mean? Automated cars won't be able to pick up them. I reckon with years and years and years off automated cars, aka no driving in them. Do you know what I mean? Ugh, 40 quid in 5 hours, Aaron. Where are you, lads? Aaron, are you in Manchester? That's bad, that. So 40 quid in 5 hours. So that's what? £88 per hour. And then you got to pay for your fuel, your insurance. Or I reckon you're on about £2 an hour there. That's a bad thing with taxis. When it's rubbish, it's rubbish. And when it's good, it's good. You got to kind of weigh up what it's like over the year. This video made me feel better with the decision to take a day off. Yeah. Honestly, first 2 weeks of Jan, one of the worst weeks of the taxis forever. I'm literally like going out and out, having little bits and bobs and going home. Not wasting my life in the first 2 weeks in Jan. Car prices hella expensive. Look to get a car soon. Was looking at 330e. What do you think? It's a hybrid. Nice, but if you work in Uber, it's not exec. So it's pointless in getting a 330e, mate. Unless you want to drive around on a nice Beamer. But a Skoda Octavia is on the same level as a 330e for half the price, cheaper to buy, and really, really nice. I love the Skodas. Because motorways are now 60 mile an hour due to being smart, even though the motorway isn't busy at all, no point. And please believe me when we won't get a chance to use it. I know, mate, that is true. Yeah, I thought you was Aaron. I've recognised your name, mate. Yeah, that's awful, mate. Go home. Go home. In January, guys, best bit of advice, right? In January, right? Never work between the school runs in January because it's a generally quietest time ever on the taxis anyway. And then you throw in January and it's even quieter, mate. It's awful. Because you're film producer now, Matty. Film producer? You know, I reckon I could do a good film producer, yeah? Next James Bond movie. I reckon I'd be too massive to play the James Bond movie. You know what I mean? Did Car and Cab let you sell a bus or did you have to sell it back to them? No. Car and Cab do not buy cars, mate. They just sell them. So I had to sell it. I part X'd me in the end. Is it true you've got drivers taking home 1k a week net, i.e. after expenses? Some being advertised at that, but don't include any expenses. Probably not, no. I reckon you could bring home 1k a week after expenses. 90 hour week. 80, 90 hour week. Honestly. What do you do for Jan? Put money away for the rest of the year to cover. Yeah, well, a lot of people, mate, smash it December and have January off. I know fellas who literally have the full 4 weeks off because it's that bad. I'm Matty Orr. What are the jobs like on Uber, work in Manchester, surrounding areas? Any advice? Welcome. Trev. All right, mate, welcome to the chat. Avoid working in January. Yeah, that's another one, Ryan. Yeah, that's the point as well, mate. You got January, everyone's skint, so they're bussing it. Obviously, all the students are still away for Christmas. You got no social events. Nobody's going out to the pub because they're absolutely dying. The gyms are chocker, but the pubs are empty. Do you know what I mean? It's just so quiet January for so many reasons. Yeah, there you go, David. I often do 1K per week before expenses, hard after expenses. David, how many hours is that taking normally to get 1K before expenses? Yeah, Manchester, New Year's Eve. If there's normally every driver known to man works New Year's Eve, so sometimes it's worth avoiding that and working New Year's Day. That's what I do. These train strikes worth working? No, not in January, mate. Bloody hell, David, where do you work, mate? What area? 40 hours for 1K. It's decent, that. Obviously, you won't be getting that in January, but it's still decent, generally. Oh my God, mate. I have not had a single request in 35 minutes, not even a job offer miles away. Oh, Chester and the Whittle. Yeah, so you'd be bouncing because there's lack of drivers, mate, won't you? Do you know what I mean? Lack of drivers in Chester and the Whittle, mate. But yeah, he's flying there. No worries, Trev. Live at 90 hours a week, is that even legal? Yeah, a lot of drivers do that, mate. Do most drivers work above 40? Me goal's normally 40, but like I said, because I've like look at today now, I had to do both school runs. I've got to take my kids to secrets tonight. I've got to feed them. I've got to get the uniforms ready for tomorrow because the wife's been working busy. Um, so yeah, I got touch lucky with. I got a job dropping off exactly where I am. 3 mile away for a 3 mile trip for £8. No. But that was my first job offer in 38 minutes. Um, but yeah, 40 hours a week is probably like, I'd say 40 to 60 standard. But don't forget the first 20 hours or 30 hours, you're probably working just to pay your expenses. And the last 10, 20 hours is your profit. Uh, after drivers asleep at the airport, yeah, mate. Three best things about the job, or three worst things about the three best things about the job. No boss. Um, Freedom. Work when as much or as little as you need to. So total freedom. No boss. And if you like driving, it's a boss job. Living with the tunes in your car, in your own space. Freedom. That's probably that's it really. Three worst things about the job. Money. It can be rough. Two, sometimes, depending on your expenses, you're starting the week at -£400. So then you're on a negative trying to catch up to the week. That's the negative. And worst about the job as well is people. I'm quite a people person. I do chat bubbles. I'm talking to myself now for 40 minutes in my car on my own. But certain people can proper wind you up. And it can be rough working Saturday nights and stuff. People throwing up in your car. That's the bad thing about the job. But the best thing is, I've always said, best thing is flexibility. If you need money, like a good amount of money, I've always said, don't become a taxi driver. Go and get employed somewhere with a half decent wage. I know people on like 11 quid an hour in Aldi. And some weeks I am literally ending up about 11, 12 quid after my outgoings. Do you know what I mean? So at least you got job security when you're employed. Remember Odd Job and Goldfinger? Yeah, he had the one who throws the hat. The little tiny fellow that throws the hat. He's about there. New PH driver, depends on where you live, what you're driving, how old you are. But normally, I'd probably say 150 to 350 a month insurance. Jay, especially on Alpha, everyone stinks of weed. You know what, though? I do like the smell of weed. I used to smoke weed, and I actually like the smell of weed, especially fresh weed, like a fresh bag. Lovely jubbly. Stale weed on someone's skin, not so lovely. Have you done any work for Get Transfer app? No, mate. Never heard of it, so it's probably not in Liverpool. Driving a manual for a taxi. Driving a manual in a taxi is a nightmare. I would never drive a manual in a private car, never mind a taxi. I haven't drove a manual in 12 years, mate. Hate them. Absolute pointless. Uber X, reckon on 2K per A for PH insurance. 2k is still quite cheap, that, you know. Like I said, it all depends. I know people paying 800 quid a year in insurance, but they've been on the trade for 20 years, you know what I mean? Not having a boss sounds like the best part to me. It is the best part, mate. No boss, total freedom is the best part. But you've got to be prepared that all these companies, like I've seen local firms advertising 1,500 quid a week. Mate, I can tell you now, week in, week out, you are not doing 1,500 quid a week. You're not, unless you're doing 70, 80 hours a week. And then the freedom's gone. Where's your freedom? You can't have any freedom when you're doing 80 hours a week. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just sorry, Mike. I've just I answered that, mate. Insurance, anywhere between 150 and 350 a month for a new driver. Wouldn't you do parcels? No, people. I have done, mate. I do Amazon Flex as well. But also with Amazon Flex, it's cardio. I'm not a big fan of cardio either. Yes, Uber X, I have to pay the bills. No charge, Matty. Would love to see that. A charge, Matty? Nah, lad, nah. Good boy now. Used to do all the stuff when I was young. That's why I'm a bit. But no more. No worries, Mike. Yes, mate, yeah. For new drivers, you're talking 150 quid to 350 quid a month. It could be crazy prices. All depends how old I am, what you drive, and where you work, obviously. But yeah, I've had one job, guys. One job offer in nearly 45 minutes. What's going on? So, this is a prime example, by the way, guys. I've nearly hit an hour, and I'm on 0 pence. So I am total freedom. I've got no boss, but also I've got no money, and I'm sat in a 30 grand car. Do you know what I mean? So that's where like the negatives come into the positives. Liber, hi, I'm a big fan of you. Thank you very much for joining. I'm a big fan of you too. Addison Lee, I guaranteeing 5k in your first month. Is that worth signing up to them? If you have a piece of license, there is 1.2k bonus. I'm not too sure about Addison Lee, mate. Guaranteed 5k in the first month. It depends on the location, mate. You can earn that good money in London. Do you know what I mean? But not up north. Justin, because I got a 17 grand discount on the bus, so that kind of helped me there. And the Beamer, I lost 3.5 grand on the Beamer, mate. Only had it 4 weeks. Other job, to be honest, I don't mind the flex. Anything self-employed. Hopefully, I'll be a full-time YouTuber, part-time taxi driver in the future. What do you recommend for quotes and insurance? I've answered that, CB. Sorry, mate. But all the girls that you meet, etc. Married, mate. Married for many years. They don't interest me. Can you get a tax license for a different country? Say you live in Merseyside but want a tax in Wales. 3 mile job, 3 miles away for a fiver. No. Can you live inside want a taxi in Wales? No, you'd have to reapply to the council to get a new badge, mate. Where are you sitting off waiting for a job? I'm in Aintree, mate, in Liverpool. How does it work with no claim bonus? I've got 4 years no claim bonus on my car. Won't start PH soon. Rayhan. Sorry, mate. I thought I said Rayman. What a brilliant game Rayman was. No, Rayhan. No, I had 15 years no claims bonus, and I could not transfer it to my car. I was fuming. And yes, if it's London, 5k a month is possible, mate. It is possible because London rates are well higher than the north, mate. Flexibility, do yoga? Nah, mate. I'm like more of like a stationary, like a statue, more or less, like a big fat Buddha statue that doesn't move much but can lift quite heavy. There you go, David. Good in London, not so good in Manchester. I've had 4 job offers while watching you live, so time to put my clothes back on. Happy days. All right, Haas. Where do you set off? Do you find car parks somewhere? I set off where my last job was. I've just finished the gym, so I'm sat off outside the gym now, mate. I don't drive dead miles. Yeah, mate. Yeah, Ainsley's a nightmare. All Melling ways of the temp lights. Hi, Haas. Give me a shout if anyone wants car fans of Zigo. Deposits, CGJs, bad fans, and the vehicles will be also sourced. Car finance with Zigo? Oh, Zero. Oh, you car finance guy, are you? No plugging in the chat. Have you ever drove a manual for a car? No. First 4 or 5 years of driving, I used to be a little boy racer in a manual car. And then I got a Merc. about, well, how old am I? About 10 years ago, I got a Merc, and it was an auto. And well, they always say, once you go auto, you don't go back, mate. Couldn't think of nothing worse, and you like driving like that, and you go, oh no, traffic. Traffic's cleared. It's torture. Why would anyone want to do it? Other than you're a 19-year-old in a Vauxhall Corsa, why would you want a manual? Do you lose no claim bonus? I'm not too sure, mate. My wife drives, so I insured her car and then put her as a named driver, mate. So my no claims are still building up on her policy. Hi, Matty. Just about to head up at the afternoon, filling me with positive vibes here, mate. Only been on about 3 months, so dreading the next few months. Honest to God, mate, crack on. January's the worst, but you will get through it. And then obviously you just start building up money after that, mate. But hopefully you're busy. An Uber exec called me up. Matty asked me what I thought. I said we should get more for taking loads of luggage like XL in your estate car. To be honest, mate, 100% Uber needs a estate option, because there's so many times that especially when I was in my XL, there's so many times that people booked an XL for the boot space when they didn't need to book an XL. They could have booked an estate, but you can't book an estate. You can only book a normal car. Do you know what I mean? So 100% Uber needs an estate option. I think that's one thing they are missing. I'm going to do a solo video on that, and I want everyone to share it to see if we can get it done. How about that? Matty, love your channel. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you for joining. Oh, 100%, Sev. I'm only messing, mate. Oh, I'm all fair game, lad. That easy going, me, lad. Don't worry. I'm hitting 50 minutes and no job. I've had 2 job offers, both of them for 3 miles away for a 5, 6, 7 quid. I'm not doing them. But to be honest, I've got to go and get my kids from school at, what time is it now? 1:15. Oh, bloody hell. You wait 1.5 hours and then you get sent a job going 1.2 miles for £3.50. Is it worth getting out of bed? After Zilla, probably not. How much are you making a week? Not much at all. I'm not working much, to be honest, mate. The wife's working loads, so I've got the kids. Did you put a massive deposit on your car? How much do you pay monthly for your car? Justin, it was about 29 grand, 30 grand. I put about, I can't remember, 2.5 grand down, something like that. And my car is about 550-ish, 560, something like that a month for 5 years. Yeah, the insurance rules are mad. What time am I out till? Probably go home soon. Well, I'm hanging around, really. I've got nothing to do. I've got to pick the kids up at school at 3. And then I've got the kids till about 5, 6. Then I've got to take my son to see cadets. So I might work a few hours this evening, but not much. I had a private job before, 64 quid it was. Manny to Aintree, but they give me a water. So I'm already flying today, so I'm not fussed really. Martin, yeah, I had a good few first months up here in Sunderland and was consistent yesterday, just one day at a time. I have to say, living in the Oris estate, I had my first PH car, the 1.4 diesel, not bad. Mate, I used to have the Oris estate, bit small for me. The Corolla that replaced that was a bit bigger and I thought they were nicer, but they are expensive. But yeah, 100%. Sunderland ways, mate. I've got a few North East lads in my Driver Matty WhatsApp group. They're from Newcastle ways, mate. They say it's quite busy up your ways, mate. Yeah, mate. You got to go to school in a bit. Got to go on a bit, Matty. Thanks for the day. Oh, mate, listen, no worries, David. Thank you very much for jumping in, mate. Obviously, I love all the feedback and all the chat from you guys. It's dead. I enjoy doing the YouTube. Like, this type of stuff keeps me sane. It keeps me busy. And then when I'm quiet and I'm sat in the car, instead of me just going pulling my hair out, I'm thinking of new ideas and stuff. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me on the chat. To be honest, it's been a dead busy live this, mate. Last time I done a live was last year or something like that. And then only a couple of people joined, so it's been quite fun. But when I looked today actually, since the start of the channel in 2019, so it's been 4 years. No, over 3 years. What year, mate? 23. Yeah, 3 years and 2 months it's been. I've had 850,000 views on the channel and about 850,000 views on the channel in total, and 650 of them have been in the past year. So the first 2 years was 200,000 views, and the last year was 650,000 views. So it's flipping grew massive over the last year. Do you know what I mean? I guess that makes sense, having a state car category. Honest God, so much sense, mate. Mark King, all right, mate. How do I grow a beard like yours? If you don't know, Mark King's my mate in real life, and he's an absolute tool. Live, what made you start the channel? Do you make any money out of it? Does it take a lot of time? Yes, I can guarantee you right now, I spend more time on YouTube answering comments, doing videos and editing than any money it's worth at the moment. Hopefully in the future it'll be better. It's getting better lately, but the first few years it is so much time and energy, but it keeps me entertained and I do enjoy it, guys. I really do. The reason I started the channel is because when I first considered starting the channel, I used to do internet marketing and I'm very good at it. And I think that's why the YouTube idea come to me, because I've always done it. But when I first started the taxis, I couldn't find out any ideas of what it's like, where to work, how much you can possibly earn or whatever. And it would done me head in. All taxi drivers when I first started were their privates and you don't know any information. And I'm like, I didn't want to like, so when I started the taxis, I'm like, I don't want people to struggle as well. So when they're thinking about doing the taxis, I can give them the honest opinion what it's like. Yes, you don't earn much money. Yes, it's flexible, blah, blah, blah. And at least people know what they're getting into a bit more often because of my YouTube channel. That was the reason why I set it up. Yes, I'm doing okay here. Watched loads of your stuff online before I joined. Made sure I got the right car for me. Next step or is probably bigger Toyota, actually like an Uber. Brilliant, Martin. Happy days, mate. Jay, how do you stop your knees from killing? Mate, like I said, I don't think I mentioned it, but I'm 6'5", and that is the only reason why I've got a Skoda Superb, mate. There's no other car on the planet that I can fit in comfortably and the passenger can fit behind me. There's no other car, mate. I lounge right back, and my knees don't kill me. It's because I can straighten my legs in my seat, right? And the best thing to stop your knees from killing you, in between jobs, get out your car, walk, stretch, yeah? Bend your knees, never keep your knee or your leg stationary. Shuffle your bum back and forward, change position, lean on left cheek, lean on right cheek. Keep mobile, mate. I used to have bad problems with my knees until I started keeping mobile. Right, $560 a month plus insurance plus maintenance first, $260 a week renting all in. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of difference. Right, the whole argument with finance and insurance and all that is true. And also, by the way, fun fact, if you're renting, aka settling, then that's 100% off your tax bill as well, where your own car isn't. But yeah, but the thing is though as well, it's still cheaper than renting. Do you know what I mean? Like mine's a brand new car. I've got no maintenance. I've got a bit of servicing, but not much. So my car is still a lot cheaper than renting. And if I want to take a bit of time off or just do a quiet week, I can do, because I haven't got that 260 quid to pay. Watching this to give me loads of info. Nice one, Matty. Listen, Richard, that's what I'm here for, mate. Yeah, no, I've done 8 years of internet marketing. I used to have my own jokes blog. That was dead successful until I got closed down. And then before then, I was actually a gas engineer / plumber. I absolutely didn't have the mental capacity to do that. I probably nearly killed about 4 people. So I packed that in. But good crack while it's quiet, Matty. Yep, definitely, mate. Fresh off my Cyprus Christmas and New Year break. Lovely, Boomer. Not getting back to work till next week. Shout, mate. Try the week after as well, Boomer. The students normally come back about the 3rd week of Jan. And then as soon as you hit Jan payday, then you got rid of, like, at the moment, we're above the wall when winter's coming. Do you know what I mean? But then, once you've hit end of Jan, it's been payday and the students are back. Do you know what I mean? Then it's like, you're a little bit warmer below the wall. That's a terrible analogy. Do you need a different type of finance or same as car finance? No, all you need is HP finance, Live. Don't go for PCP. Go for HP. David, I've done the taxis on and off for 11 years. Sorry, private hire driver. Having your own car is always cheaper and more flexible. That is correct, David. It's just a bit more riskier. I reckon settling is safer. You know exactly how much you're paying and it's not going to go up or down. But over the year or the years, 100% it costs you more money. I know a lad who's got a 950 quid Jaguar X-Type and he bought it 2 years ago and it's still running now. And he's only put about 500 quid in repairs. What would you suggest that I got a manual car for and in negative equity? What should I suggest I got a manual car? Don't understand that question. Sorry, Justin. What do you think about the new MG? It's okay. The MG5. What I found when I sat on one, it's like sitting on the floor. The seating positions was terrible. Loads of space in that, but the seating position, like your feet are on line with your bum. It's weird. It's proper weird. There you go. Look, all right, Lee. I see a company in Liverpool advertising taxi jobs £1,000 to 1,500 quid earnings. Is this actual achievable in this area? Lee, it's a load of crap. So in my opinion, all right, I know lads who can do £1,000 a week. 1,500 quid is very, very like, you're stupidly smashing it, mate, honestly. You think about it, right? On average, you're going to do 40 to 60 hours on average, mate. You have this goal of, when I'm going to taxis, I'm going to do 7, 12-hour days easy. It's not that easy. It's hard graft, mate. Do you know what I mean? So realistically, hitting 1,500 quid a week is absolutely so hard, mate, honestly. So hard. And you got no life, lad. You're doing 80, 90 hours a week, mate, hit those figures. Do you know what I mean? Students generate a lot of work. Yes, mate, 100%. Liverpool as well as a massive student city. So there's just loads of students. No. All right, LOL. So I was a heating engineer. My qualifications ran out about 10, 12 years ago. But I kept on messing up. I just kept on failing in the job. Leaving like little test nipples out and could cause explosions and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It was just, it just wasn't for me, mate. But I've done it for about 6, 7 years. So what we need to do to get that Uber NLW payments when it's quiet? I don't know what the NLW payment is, mate. So can you put, for example, 09 plate on the taxis or the council not plate it? Jay, it depends on the council, mate. And it depends on Uber as well. Uber only accepts certain age cars as well, mate. I've only been private hire driving for 6 months. Is it usually quiet after Christmas? Any advice on bookkeeping and depreciation? Right, bookkeeping, mate. You're best just recording the income and the outcome and getting an accountant. I don't believe in doing it yourself. I think paying an accountant 250 quid a year, they save you a lot more on the tax bill for doing everything, all little tweaks to do. Yes, it's 100% quiet in January. It's the worst month of the year. And depreciation you will always lose on the car. David, MG5, big boots, but it can get uncomfortable after 5 hours. I do 10, 12-hour days, 4 times a week. It gets uncomfortable, 5'11", and if you're taller than this, don't get one. David, I sat in the MG5, mate, and it was like I was in a go-kart. My heels were on the same level as my bum. It was weird. Oh, national living wage. Yeah, ignore the national living wage, mate. That doesn't exist. Quiet today, mate. I'm sat here too. Yeah, mate, I've been online now with yous for an hour, and I've had 2 job offers, not worth doing. And that's an hour. So at the moment, I've worked for the past hour on Uber, guys, and I'm on zilch, and that's the issue. Two rider, what do you think of the new Kia Niro? Going to pick one up later, mate. The new Kia Niros are bigger and more room and better mile per gallon than the older ones, and the older ones are brilliant. Promise you, mate. The new Kia Niros are boss. Where are you getting that from? Uber X, time to get the tax return done then. No, I do my tax April to April. So I actually send all my stuff over, like first week in May, to my accountant. I paid my tax this week, actually, last week. GMX, been on since 8, had 4 jobs, knockback 3. Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's rough, honestly. You just got to keep positive, guys, because you know this isn't the rest of the year. Do you know what I mean? This isn't us full time. It's just part of the job, mate. Unfortunately, we have got the flexibility working when we want, but also we've got to realise that there is crap times and there's good times. Do you know what I mean? What is the best month that makes up for the slow January? December. A lot of people will smash it over Christmas, New Year, the run-ups in December. save up, and then like have January off for having the first 2 weeks off in Jan. Will it just be the case of staying out until you do your money, mate? Do you have a daily target? Right, I've talked about this loads, guys. No, Tommy, still no job, mate. I've had 2 job offers and he weren't worth running to. Can you recommend a good accountant? My accountant is in Crosby, Liverpool, and he's brilliant. He's got a WhatsApp, chat him whenever you want. And his name is Andrew Neary. So Google Andrew Neary, Liverpool accountant, and give him a call, mate. I'm not on no commission with him or nothing like that. He's just literally a sound guy. So, yeah, are you a taxi driver? Tommy, I'm going to kill you, mate. I'm going to come down to London and kill you. Right, I don't have a daily target, mate. No, I'm all over the show with same days off and that because of the kids and stuff. I work when I can. Tuesday, Wednesdays, my normal days that I'd probably avoid to work if possible because it's terrible Tuesday and WANK Wednesday. But honest God, I got told this advice years ago by a taxi driver, well before I was even on the taxis, and I remember it stuck in my head, right? People work to a money target is you're always going to fail, right? You think about it, right, Liver? You work to 100 quid. Yeah, on Tuesday, you do 10 hours to get your 100 quid, right? Because it's diabolical out. So you've wasted 10 hours time for 100 quid, right? Now, if you work on a Saturday night, you hit 100 quid, you're done in 3 hours and you go home when there's so much money to be made, right? So instead of doing 10 hours on Tuesday to eat your 100 quid and 3 hours on Saturday to do your 100 quid, why not do 3 hours on Tuesday and do 30 quid and do 10 hours on Saturday and do 300 quid? Same hours, 13 hours worked, but you're on 400 quid instead of 200. UberX, thanks for watching, mate. All the best, mate. Thank you very much for joining in. See you soon. So I always work on a time frame, not money. Always work on a time frame, guys. Never work on money. And to ride at Liverpool, Van Eyck, Mark and Shirley. Legends, mate. Legends. They'll sort it out then. Boss. Yeah, 100%, mate. Always work. Always work to an hour. Go out and go, right, I'm going out for 8 hours today. Doesn't matter how much you earn in those 8 hours. You do those 8 hours and you go home. Honest, I promise you, you will earn more money doing that way than you will working to a money target. Promise you. Some days you will earn rubbish. Some days you will earn brilliant. But keep to the hours that you want to work. Do you know what I mean? There's so many times when I started the taxis where I'll go out on a Sunday morning and go, I'll just do a little one, and I've worked 3 hours and done me one and went home. But then on the Wednesday, I worked on the Wednesday and I had to do 9-10 hours to get the one. It's crazy. Just go out and do your hours, honestly. What was you thinking about doing a taxi before you started or just fall into it? My wife started uni, mate, so I had to be the flexible one around the kids. And then taxis was just the option. I love driving, and I had the idea of doing YouTube and taxis, so we work together. Do split shifts work well for you? Yes, not when I've got the school runs done, because I've got to drop the kids off, so there's no split shift. But during the days, mate, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. is the time to avoid. It's poo. All right, Nick. Oh, in Australia. Good eye, mate. How's it going, mate? Are you a taxi driver in Australia, or just watching because of a big, hairy, pretty face? You've had your car for a few weeks now. Are you getting shut soon? Very funny, Greg. Very funny. This is a keeper. The Beamer was a temporary. This is a keeper, guys. And it's absolutely brilliant. It's been spot on. Absolutely love the car. Today, I've worked today. Done about 60 mile. And I've averaged like 88 mile per gallon. And I've still got like 9 miles left in my charge. It's a brilliant car. Absolutely brilliant mile per gallon for such a big car, do you know what I mean? Yeah, the Beamer were practical, tiny boot. Right, Tommy, what do you think of Bolt in London? They have reduced fares many times. Most fares are £1 a mile. See, £1 a mile in London is shocking, mate. It's so bad. Yeah, but it's so bad, mate. Bolt is only in Manchester. It's not in Liverpool yet, so I haven't really tried it out. Use a Suzuki Vitara for Uber. I'm not too sure the Suzuki Vitara. I'll have a little Google of that. But Nick, if you're an Uber driver in Australia, message me on Instagram, lad, and we'll have a head-to-head battle. Uber UK versus Uber Australia. Who wins more? If you're up for it, message me on Instagram, lad. The link's under my videos. Driving Matty on Instagram. Have you had COVID a few times? Been around loads of passengers every week? Yeah, I've had it quite a bit, mate. Well, COVID or the flu, depends on what you want to call it. Guys, I've got a job. Right, listen, I'm not going to take it because I can't be bothered. But it's 0.9 miles away, right, for £4. I would have done that job if we weren't having so much fun with you guys. But yeah, it weren't worth okay. I'm not going on. I'm going to get off here and go home soon. I've got to do the school run. But it took an hour and 10 minutes to get a worthy job doing for £4. But I'm definitely Googling that Suzuki Vitara. I can't think what they are. Is that like a people carrier or something? On average, how long would you need to wait for the private license to come through? I live in Coventry, Birmingham. If you live in Coventry, Birmingham, mate, normally it can take 8 months, 6 months. But if you go to Wolverhampton, I think it's like a drive-through. You just drive past Wolverhampton and you just go, can you drive? And you're like, yeah. And you go on then, here's a license. I don't know about Bolt, mate. How many miles would you drive on a normal 8-hour day? Not in January. Depends, mate. If you're bouncing up and down the motorway doing airports, then a lot. If you're just driving around town, 8-hour day, maybe 150 miles, possibly. I've got the exact same car as you, but diesel, and I'm getting 50 to 68. Brilliant, Kev. I'm getting charged. I'm getting about 80 to 90, and then not charged, I'm getting about 45 to 55. So on average, between the shift, I'm getting similar to you, mate. Hey, Matty, I'm about to start private hire driving for local firm up here in Mansfield. Welcome, Matt. Lovely name, by the way, Matt. Any words of wisdom for first timer? Just get out there, lad. Get out there, work, and just, try everything yourself. Don't listen to people. Don't listen to YouTubers, your chat bubbles, and just try it out once. Do what's best for you, mate. That's the best thing. It's an SUV, Nick. Nick, message me on Instagram, lad. We're going head to head. We're doing a video together. I've already decided. You can't say no either. It's a signed contract. Traffic bad in Liverpool most times of the day now. Do you get paid by distance or time on Uber? What happens when you get stuck in traffic? Does it recalculate? Yes, live it or live. Yes, it does, mate. It's got to go over 20% of the projected time and fare, and then it will recalculate. But Uber predicts there's traffic and predicts the time and predicts the miles and then pays you that fixed amount. But then if that changes around 20%, changes by, it'll recalculate. I've seen Uber got it backwards. When it's quiet, they pay scraps. When it's quiet, there's too many drivers waiting, trying to get a piece of the same slice of cake. Yeah, true. Via Agara. All right, La. Hello, mate. Thank you for joining. And Nick, nice one. Will do. Uber work off Google Maps? No. So Uber's got their own system, but you can actually navigate using Waze or Google Maps. I prefer Waze. I can't believe I've had one worthy job offer in an hour and 11 minutes. I can't believe I've been talking to myself in a car for 11 minutes. Ooh, what else can you... Hey, any of my members in there can use access to my emojis in the chat. Can you, if any of my members are watching, can you check for me? Yeah, Google. I always prefer Waze, mate, to be honest. Waze is just as good as Google Maps, but it's got a lot more user-generated information. Really? Yeah. Wow. Bloody hell, Nick. Yeah. Uber Nav's better lately in the UK, but it's nowhere near as good as Waze. When's the code in for the service for the lights, mate? It's actually it's due an update, mate. So the there's faults on, like mild faults on it. So it's currently in service next week. So they're just doing a little update, software update to hopefully fix all the problems it's got with it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah, yeah. Google Maps is pretty good, mate, as well. I've just always found ways to be a bit better. I can't believe it, mate. I'm getting 1 minute 15 under warranty. Yeah, yeah. I've only done 9,000 miles in this, and it's 71. What's that? 21. Yeah, it's about 8 months old. So I've got plenty of manufacturer warranty left. But it's a problem with new cars, Mike. People go, oh, it's having faults in any brand new. It's because they're brand new. And also, if you look at Skodas, they've actually only just got into hybrids and plug-in technology and all that. So this is quite new for them. So they're going to have loads of little niggly bits, aren't they? How do you plan for holidays, mate? You just work more before you go, put money aside each week. To be honest, mate, I'm quite a good saver. So I normally put money away all the time. So if I have a week or 2 weeks off, I've always got money in the bank to cover it. But yeah, last time I went to Cornwall in the summer, I did work a bit extra before I went and a bit extra when I come home. Just because I needed a break from the kids. And no, because they earn a little bit extra while I'm away. Going to apply for my taxi license. Thanks for all your videos. No worries. Fast Blast UK. That sounds it's a bit provocative, isn't it? Fast Blast. Well, anyway, Fast Blast. Yes. You're welcome for all my videos, mate. Hopefully, I've helped you and advised you. Because there's a lot of people out there that blagging and over. I know lads who have joined the taxis because they've been told by people or other drivers or thingy saying you can earn 1,500 quid easily. So people join it. And then when they have a taste of driving around and you realise you can't drive around for 12 hours a day for 7 days a week to earn the 1,500 quid, you cave in and you go and get a normal job. Do you know what I mean? Any ideas how to deal BMX airport? I always find people book. They are always in a long stay. You have to put. I don't know where's BMX airport? They need to do more of these lives, lad. I know. Do you know what, mate? Last time I done the lives was maybe a year and a half ago or a year ago, and I was sat in the car like that, me. You know what I mean? And then someone will pop in and go hello, and I'll be like, oh, hello, and then you'll go, where this has been all chatty. It's been great. I've enjoyed it. Wasn't the airport worth doing it? Oh yeah. Yeah, so when I had the bus, I was non-stop down the airport in the summer holidays. It was chocker, mate. I reckon it'll be chocker in the Superb, but nowhere near as busy. And sorry about Birmingham, mate. I'm not too sure. A few of my WhatsApp members are from Birmingham, mate. So once I get off the chat, I'll give them a message and see if they can leave a comment under the video for you or something. Live, what's your longest distance job been? Longest distance? I went from Liverpool to... Where have I been? Where's that airport in East London? The one where you got to go over the one-way bridge and then return under the tunnel. If anyone knows London. Is this Stansted? Stansted. Nick, you're Australian. How do you know more? How do you know more than me? But yeah, Stansted it was. How do you get into this WhatsApp group? Members only, mate. So you got to join the membership. I can't remember what it is at the moment. I think it's £4 a month. And the only reason I charge for the membership is to join the WhatsApp group. Is A, it supports my channel anyway, but also if it didn't charge people to go on the membership, then I'd have thousands of members and it'd be too busy. It'd be crazy. But at the moment, I think I've got about 28 members in the group at the moment from all over the UK. Ever thought about doing your own firm? Sister partner owns a firm in Wales and it's stressful. Mike, I'm that type of person, mate. I'd rather work for people when it comes to the airport work for people and just do the work I can work. Because I'm so busy with the kids and everything else, I haven't got the freedom to be in and out all day. 2 a.m., 8 a.m., 12 p.m. Do you know what I mean? And I know loads of lads who don't run their own firm and they struggle with trying to get work covered. They struggle with drivers not turning up to jobs. They're on the phone. They're trying to do you know what I mean? It's so hard, like, to run your own airport firm, like, and I just couldn't be bothered with the stress. Oh, are you, Nicky, from the UK originally? Nice, mate. The bus is literally weekend nights, match days, and the summer holidays. I hate working the match. I don't like weekend nights. and I just worked the summer. So when I had the bus, it was so expensive to run, and I was literally, mate, it was for 6 weeks of the year. It was way worth me keeping the bus, but the bus is lovely. The London job, it depends on the member. It depends on the it depends on how many on who booked it. If it was Uber or if it was a private, but normally around 350 if it's a private job. No, you don't have to be a membership to be in. You don't have to be a driver to be in a membership. There's a couple of them in there that are just one's a heavy goods driver and one's like works in Tesco. Have a look. I don't know if on this here is there somewhere that says join on this video that you're watching. That's how you join the membership. I think the second tier is for the WhatsApp group, and then that'll give you my mobile number. You WhatsApp me and I'll add you into the group. Who am I insured with? I'm with Zigo, mate. The second year does drop a lot, Anthony. It does. But I'm with Zigo and Zigo Sense, and I found that being the cheapest because they like kind of track your movements and give you a good score, and then your insurance is good. I know what he's live at. I'm here all week, love. Would I do the HEV if it didn't need to be flexible? Yes. Do you know what I mean? I can't commit to 10-12 hour days being away from home because of the kids and stuff. Because my wife's going to be a mental health nurse, so I've always been the worker. She's always been the flexible around the kids. Where now she's becoming a nurse, so she's going to be the worker, and I'm going to work around her and the kids. Do you know what I mean? Well, close the chat, then you can see a join button. There you go. Thanks, LOL. So if anyone who wants to join the WhatsApp group or whatever, or the membership, that just supports me anyway. Close the chat and then go to join, and then you can become a member. And you get a little badge next to your name to let you know that you're a member, which is pretty cool. And also as well, I can do a lot of thingies, like members only stuff as well on the live chats. Me Time, Netflix. Yeah, I've seen it, lad. Yeah, I enjoyed it. What have I watched lately? I watched Avatar 2. That was Boss. And then I've been watching a few of the older ones. Obviously, some of the kids won't know it, but like Along Came the Spider, 7, which is like the serial killer one. There's been some brilliant ones I've watched. Yeah, been some brilliant ones back in the day. Some of the like 90s movies and that, you know what I mean? Bloody hell. Hour and 20 minutes, guys. One job. Any promo codes for the membership? No, mate. No, it's just set prices, lad. Yeah. And like I said, I only charge to stop it. Obviously, imagine if I went to use now. I get 70,000 views a month. 60 to 70,000 views a month. Imagine if I went as a free WhatsApp group, guys. There'd be just carnage. There'd be thousands of people in this WhatsApp group all talking at once. So that's the reason why it's paid. There's no reason why. I don't make much money of it. Like YouTube takes money and all that. It's not for the money. It's more just for so it doesn't get overwhelming. And also, obviously, it does little 2 quid, 4 quid and all that from yous adds up and supports me as well. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't get much off the adverts off YouTube. Tell you that for a fact. How young is the youngest taxi driver you know? I'd probably say, sure, back in the day, when you were 22, maybe 21. I don't think you can get any younger than 21. Was it Gatwick? No, definitely Stansted. I've been to Stansted and been to Heathrow. They're the 2 London jobs I've ever done. I hate doing them. Hello, lads. What? Hey, give you the job? Can't, mate. Sorry. No can do. I'm waiting for one myself, lad. Am I part of a union, mate? No. I'm not part of a union because I'm a self-employed taxi driver. In my opinion. Sorry, private hire driver before Tommy jumps on. I'm actually, yeah, I am what you call it, no, self-employed taxi driver, mate. I don't need a union, do I? If something goes wrong with Uber, I'll just go and jump on another firm. I'll go and work for someone else. I work for who I want, when I want, boy. Guys, I'm going to have to go soon because I don't think I've talked this much in my entire life. An hour and 22 minutes, mate. But my phone's gone. Oh my God, the notifications I've got on my phone. That's a problem. I've got over 500 videos on YouTube, spanning over 4 years, and even the older Even the older videos still get comments, so I'm just like all day replying. Where you at, like? Right. Only Scousers will know. Oh, oh, Nick, you going to bed, mate? Ah, no worries. Like, don't forget to message me on Instagram. Me and you, we're talking. We're doing a head-to-head. If you've seen any of my head-to-head challenge videos, I want one with you, lad. So message me on Insta. Nice one, lad. And have a good night, Kip. Me little kangaroo. Nice one, mate. Sports Direct? No, there's no Sports Direct on this complex. No, it's like B&M. It's where the Odeon is. Yeah, it's where the Odeon is on Switch Island. Oh no, mate, sat navs, telling you. Do a head-to-head with a Hackney. Lad, you got no chance at Hackney to have it declaring their earnings. Do you get any roadmen in Liverpool? I get this question a lot. Listen, I get Scousers, I get Ketwigs, I get like Scallies, you know what I mean? But like a Scally is technically what you call a roadman. Because someone said that to me, did you get roadmen in Liverpool? And they're not called roadmen here, really. They're just North Face wearing Ketwigs, Scallies. But they act like your roadmen, I think. That's the one, mate. Because it's 10 to 2 now. I've got to pick my daughter up in an hour. And I live about 20 minutes from here. So I'm going to have to make a mooch soon. But I can't believe how busy this live video's been. Flipping loving it. I'm gonna have to be live more often, aren't I, guys? Especially during the day when it's quiet. You know what I mean? We might as well all chat crap to each other while we're waiting for a job, innit? Acne's have an attitude towards Uber and PH. Acne's used to have an attitude. It used to be back in the day, used to be really bad, but I don't think it's as bad now. Do you know what I mean? They probably still don't like us as much. But I don't think it's nowhere near as bad. How long have I been waiting for a job? 1 hour and 20 minutes. I had one job offer worth doing. I've had 3 job offers in total. I've had one worth doing, which was 900 yards away for me for £4. But we ain't going to end the live over a £4 job. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, mate, that's legit. We've had 3 requests, and one was worth doing for £4, honestly. What's the issue between the 2 black cabs and yourself, like? What do you mean, mate? The issue between the 2 black cabs? Don't think your wife will like you going live all the time. She's not bothered, mate. She's not bothered at all, mate. And also, obviously, I won't be going live when I'm chilling watching a movie with her overnight. But I'm just sat in the car, and obviously the kids in school, the wife's in work. What's your formula for a job is it worth doing? Right, the way I accept a job, if it's on my doorstep, as in it's on my bonnet, it doesn't matter how much it is, I'll take it. I don't do long distance. I probably don't do jobs more than 80 mile. I don't, because then I just don't like driving that long period of time without a break, especially with the passenger in the car as well. It's awkward. So normally, if the job's on my doorstep, I'll take the job. Doesn't matter what job it is, even if it's £3.40. If it's less than a mile away, 500 yards away, I'll take it all day. But like for the £2 a mile and stuff, it depends on so many variables. So the traffic, what time of day it is, could it possibly be surging in the next 5 minutes? Would it waste my time with a crap fair job? So many things that you just learn by doing the job. Oh, mate, yeah, honest to God, right? You're saying about the Preston train station. Have you ever been to Banquay station in Warrington? That's the same. You literally drive down Banquay and you got to drive past all the parked up Acne's in there. And obviously in Warrington, Uber's has got an operator license, so it's a bit awkward. You know, I don't think they have an issue no more like they used to. But the thing is, it's like a rival, mate, innit? Acne and private hire is just, if you look at a typical taxi driver, and I'm talking about both of us here, you always think of a London black cab, don't you? They're like do you know what I mean? Like if you think taxi, you think Acne, don't you? So like the OG, old school type of taxi, and then PH started coming in, and now you got a Uber. Do you know what I mean? Like a virus over the city, over the country. It's just spreading. But yeah, I think that's all it is. It's just a competition. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. Martin just had a job offer 8 miles away, 4 mile job for 850. No thanks. Just got visions all these drivers sitting watching you in car parks and lay-bys. Lad, that's why what we should do is I should do live video, right? So everyone comes in here and talks and watches, and everybody others can keep busy. Do you wait for the passenger to start a convo, or do you start to see what the reaction of the passenger? I could chat. Obviously, I could chat bubbles, me. I've been talking to myself in the car for an hour and a half. But normally, you can tell straight away. You can, I'll let you go, all right, love. And he'd be like, all right. And I'd be like, all right, where you going? Obviously, I know what's in the app, but I'm like, oh, you're off to work? And he'd go, yeah. And I go, oh, no worries. Yeah, have you had a good day? And they're like, yeah. You know, they don't want to talk. That's the end of it. But then, if you go, oh, you've had a good day, and they're like, oh, yeah, how about yourself? You've been busy. Then you can continue the conversation. But if they're not answering me with a yeah, or they're on the phone, and they're just, yeah, you know they don't want to talk. You can read the car, read the person. Do you know what I mean? So you can just go, right, they don't want to talk. Do you know what I mean? But it can be awkward though if you're on like a flipping 6 hour drive, and you're just like that. Do you know what I mean? If that's just someone like myself who loves talking. Yeah, still a little salty, but worse 2 years ago. Yeah, I reckon they've just they got used to it now, do you know what I mean? Nah, Acne and private hire probably would never merge, mate. I can't see it merging. But I'm on about the separate councils within the region should merge. Do you know what I mean? So there should be a Merseyside plate private hire and a Merseyside Hackney plate private hire. And then all the councils fit within that Merseyside plate. I reckon there should be one governing body. Do you know what I mean? Because if I get pulled by a nosely operator and I'm Sefton, a nosely licensing officer, they're pulling me and like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this. Let me just inform Sefton of all your flipping discrepancies. Do you know what I mean? They just got to grass you up to Sefton. They can't do nothing to you because you're the nosely. It's all separate councils. It's weird, honestly. I'd say, Kev, you used to be Acne driver, mate, yeah? And now you're on PHU, mate, yeah? I think a lot of people transitioned over to taxis. One of the lads I know there, he used to be in Acne, and now he's now on Uber. Oh, you're sat on the house in the recliner, mate, honest to God, there's pointless working in between the school runs in January at least. I did a few hours on Uber this morning, 50 quid, and done 30 on Just Eat. Just even that's gone quiet now. Have you, Richard? Yeah. Yeah, it is rough, mate, isn't it? Like I said, though, same again, mate. January, all businesses suffer in January. Doesn't matter what business you got. They all suffer except gyms. So even Uber Eats, mate, people are going to be cooking because they're skint, lad. So even like every gig is going to be dead. Amazon, Flex, probably struggle to get a block because everyone's skint and not ordering, do you know what I mean? Would be well cheaper, wouldn't need as many licensed people at the councils as well. You think about it, right? Sefton got their own departments, Nosey got their own department, Liverpool got their own departments, and the Wirral got their own departments. They've got 4 separate departments, right? All working against and around each other, not together. Why don't they just have one Merseyside council and all those teams go into one big ass building? Oh, mate, it'd be so much smoother. You'd be able to get your plate easier. You'd be able to contact them easier. Oh, yeah, there's Bernie. See, guys, see the little badge he's got next to his name? He's one of my members. Just got from the gym after a shift. First one of the year. Was that, mate, Bernie? I'm outside the gym now, lads. Just done legs. But yeah, I done my upper body yesterday and I'm feeling the burn, mate. The burn. The Majesty's Council set up that are mad. Mike, what's your opinion on wolves? Technically, mate, I'm born and bred in Knowsley, so technically I am a wolf or a Knowsley alien, depending how you depending on what you want to say. We say change tax return dates. Jan is the worst, and you know most drivers don't save up fully to pay the tax. Yeah, but the thing is, don't make tax returns have got to be paid by Jan, but you got to have your accounts by April. Do you know what I mean? So I do my accounts. So my last year accounts ran from April to April. So then I've just paid my tax bill last week or the week before, but I knew from like months and months ago. Do you know what I mean? Andy or Mike were on the same boat, lad. We're both wolves. Oh, you just got to Uber Saturday, Sunday this week. To be honest, mate, I think most of my earnings will be this weekend because I just can't work through the week when I've got the kids. At what point will you jump on Alpha or another firm? Mate, I'm on Alpha now. I could go on Alpha online now with Alpha. I just don't. Like I've said though, if I start doing Alpha jobs, mate, if I start doing Alpha jobs, I got it thingy. It doesn't make good content for the YouTube. Are you account for self-assessment or through self-assessment? I'm self-employed. I'm not a limited company. Your earnings got to be over a certain amount before a limited company is worth doing. You all right, John Doe? You doing any Amazon Flex? No, not today. I had an airport run. I've just been in the gym. I've been live for like an hour and a half, and then I've just I've got to go and do the school runs. Ever been on Delta? I have done, lasted about 6 weeks, mate. Every person that's banned from the local taxi firms because they're a nightmare of a passenger book at Deltas. That's why, unfortunately, Delta has got the worst clientele. And it's well known as well. CD, best cars for Amazon Flex. Mate, I'll be honest with you. Anything with good juice and good boot. Look, plenty of space and good on the juice, and you'll kill on Amazon Flex. So I've seen a few times where the people turned on Amazon Flex and a flipping Toyota Yaris. Let's do one box full of guys. Should have seen a clip of it. It was bad. I can't believe, guys, an hour and 35 minutes. I've done one. I had one worthy job for £4. That's shocking, isn't it? I'm dying to get off the jobs, but as you say, we can work around the kids. That's it, mate. Honestly, the best part about it, mate, is the flexibility in it. See now, even with Amazon Flex, mate, you can't do Amazon Flex full time. You won't be able to get grab the blocks enough. Do you know what I mean? Who you on for, John? Are you on with the local or are you on with Uber? Yeah, live compared to Uber, mate. Uber's easier, a lot easier and a lot more chill, but you earn less money with Uber, in my opinion. You know, with Delta, yeah. Well, Delta, you'd be flying on Delta, mate. Proper busy. Well, compared to other firms, you know what I mean? Because they've got, they're struggling for drivers, Delta, aren't they? I did 5 till 10 a.m. today. Goes dead after 10:30. It does, mate. If I don't have the kids, I'll do like what you've done, 5 till 10 a.m. and then I'll probably go back out 2, maybe 3 p.m. till about 5, 6 p.m. and go home for my tea. That's what I normally do. We are Greg. Just done 31 years on Delta. Came off, then 8 months ago went to Uber. Should have done it years ago. That's it, Greg, honestly. Bet you make more money on Delta. You get cash, and obviously the tax is a bit more dodgy and all that. So you're well better off earning dough on Delta. But how much chill it is on Uber, mate. It's mad, isn't it? And that's it, mate. Yeah, and that's it. SAF, I can't remember. I'm making a name, man. I don't know. That's Sunderland Football Club, isn't it? That's your name. KM, I'll go here. But KM, yeah, that's it, mate. Everyone knows everyone. You got the rating system and everything else. Is Uber food delivery better in cities or town? I'm not too sure, CD. I don't actually do food deliveries. Alpha's supposed to be the same earnings as Delta. Yeah, I'd say a little bit less though, John, because Delta's got less drivers. Alpha is inundated with drivers at the moment, mate. Like, I've heard it's quite quiet on Alpha as well, mate. High blocks. The local firms normally commission, mate, but yeah, you can sign up to them for a week. Hi, Matt, the track system isn't good in January. Much prefer Uber when it's quiet, if that makes sense. No. Hi, Barry, by the way. The track system isn't good. What track system, mate? Danny, sometimes I get flashbacks on Alpha when I pick up a customer and they realise I'm on Uber and my heart beats normal again. Oh yeah, Benny used to work on Alpha, didn't you? Greg, I'm semi-retired, much laid lack on Uber, no scallies, drug runs. Yeah, Greg, 100%, mate. It is a lot more chiller. Like said, you do earn a bit less than on the Delta there. What is the best taxi companies in the UK for work for and money? It depends where you live, blocks. All different companies and different locations, mate. You get yourself on the GoPluff block. Ah, lad. Hey, I smashed the GoPluff, didn't I? Now, what's good? It's not worth it, lad. So I haven't done GoPluff in ages. I don't even know if I'm still signed up with them. But yeah, that was funny, that GoPuff, just sat in the GoPuff office. I might grab a little shift for the laugh, see if there's any shifts. I've got the guy who works there, his number, so I might message him. Say, hey, any GoPuff shifts for the giggle? I'll do a video. But yeah, last time I was doing GoPuff, mate, I was just sat in the little waiting area, wasn't I? Yeah, no work. It is Sunderland, yeah, I thought it was. Do you still live there, or do you work Manchester now, don't you? Oh, mate, that GoPuff, that was funny. What did you work for? GoPuff. GoPuff. Brilliant. Bank holds £20 an hour, where the dog's nuts. Flipping you're flying 20 quid an hour on GoPuff, like. Have you tried Get Air? No, I think Get Air is scooters, mate. And listen, mate, I look like Bowser on a scooter. I look stupid on a scooter. I can't believe I'm still waiting for the job, guys. So when I say to you, I say to you, don't work between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. This is the reason why. Track is prepaid radio rent, not good when it's post-Christmas. Ah, okay, like a local firm, mate, yeah? Yeah, I get you. Yeah, what's going on, yeah. I totally agree with you, mate. But the local firms are normally a bit busier in January than Uber. I can't believe it, lads. How's my car doing? Boss, mate. Boss, absolutely love it. I've been sat in the car now talking to you for an hour and 40 minutes, and I'm still comfy. Yeah, look at the seat, look. The quality of that leather, lad. You don't get that in flipping. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Honestly, thousands. Love it. My phone is flipping roasting. No way, guys. My phone's dying. Creeping up now, 70 quid. Go on, Mr. One Call. See, I told you one. The local firms will always the local firms has got the staple, it's got the history. It's got the grannies going the Asda. Do you know what I mean? You got like the old grannies going to the little appointments to get the dog shaved and stuff. Or the hairdresser's appointments. You don't get none of that in Uber. So when it's quiet, you haven't got that little 10% of flipping heritage and history. Do you know what I mean? That just keeps you ticking over. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what Uber misses. Uber's is kids, students, and work runs. And when everyone's working from home, away from because they're not in uni, and all the kids are flipping having lie-ins, it's dead, isn't it? Oh, do you have to work in between the school runs, Mr. One Call? Yeah, it's a flipping headache, innit? What the work clothing Tully wear? I know some companies say you need to dress like smart. Mate, I've turned down work when they've told me I'm not dressing like no flipping priest. Do you know what I mean? Top hat and all that. I know lads who love doing it. Mate, I'll wear jeans and an Adidas t-shirt maximum, and even then, it's got to be a really good paying job. I'll book your near Chorley, so you normally end up in Manx and Wigan and Bolton there. Toyota Corolla Estate. If you're less than 6'2", mate, spot on, lovely car, loads of room, big boot. I reckon local firms for 5 and 10, 20 years. I reckon the local firms need to move to cashless and need to move app-based ASAP to compete with Uber. I reckon the old cash days and all that, mate. But to be honest, all the cash days are going to die with the last generation, the nans and granddads. As soon as they're gone, mate, it's all going to be card, innit? No one going to send Matty a super chat to make up for no Uber job. What's super chat? Super chat! Sounds awesome. I hardly ever go live, so I don't even know what super chat is. I don't even think. Oh, is it? Yeah. Wait, I've been online for an hour and 40 minutes and no one's donated minge bags. I'm only joking. I'm only joking, honestly. Oh. I know, mate. But the thing of local firms, mate, like I said, they've got the heritage. Do you know what I mean? My mum and my nan will always use their local firm, and that's it. But another 10 years, 20 years, when that generation has died off, and you're left with my generation and below, it's going to be Uber all day, innit? Or app-based companies. Now listen, you gang of minges, for not giving me super chats and that. I've got to go because my phone's going to die, I think. Let me just turn my engine on. One sec. I haven't had minge in years. Mate, I always say minge bag. Your little minge bag. By the way, today I've done 73 miles and I've averaged 87 miles per gallon in 2.5 miles. Get on there. Oh, look at me eye, man. You know, bubbling. I don't know if you can see it because the screen's that dull. You can't moan at those stats though, can you, really? In like a 2-ton car. Well, yeah, I can't believe my phone's nearly dead, guys. It's been on charge all day. But this live for hour and 40 minutes is literally... My phone is red hot. My phone is red hot and it's flipping dead. And I've got about 1 million notifications. I think we're gonna have to go home. What time is it? 2:10. I've got to go and get my daughter. Oh, guys, listen. Who's the best legends in the world? All yous for joining in on this live, guys. I absolutely made up that I've got all yous to pop in and say hello to me. It's been brilliant. I will definitely be doing this again, especially during the quiet periods when I've got nothing else to do. But yeah, I'm gonna have to call it a day, kiddos. I'm gonna have to go and get me little treasures, if that's what you want to call them. And yeah, that's the end of it. So just to clarify, guys, in 1 hour and 45 minutes, we had 3 jobs. One was worth doing for £4. So if I accepted that job, I would have been on £4 in nearly 2 hours. Oh, one sec. I've got an Instagram, Mike. I just don't post on it. Driver Matty. People can message me on it. Like. Anth Jefferson, I'm having a nightmare, Matty. Got my private hire vehicle licence for Sunderland to drive Uber, as it's much quicker than Newcastle licensing. And now I've realising there's 0 private hire cars to rent because you're Sunderland. And comment on the video when this goes live. And the few of the lads in my WhatsApp group are from the Newcastle ways. They might be able to help you. So when this video ends, it'll upload later as just a live video that's been uploaded that people can watch back. Comment on that video and with your question, and I'll see if one of the lads can reply to you on my WhatsApp group. All right, but listen, guys, thank you very much. Whoa, look at that tricep popping through there. Woof. Boom. Listen, guys, I've got to go. So bye-bye. It's been emotional. No worries, I'm glad I can help you, mate, just before I leave. But it is 1 hour and 47 minutes. And lad, gains, lad, I flipping weigh myself after Christmas. I can put a stone a week on me all day when I don't diet and go to the gym. And I literally, I was 1 pound off 20 stone, mate. And I'm 6'5" and I can pass it up, but I'm heavy. I'm proper heavy, like, so. So yeah, I'm going to be back to the gym. I've been smashing back in the gym, smashing the protein. That'll be all good. But listen, I've got to go, but I'm going to be late for the school. Nice one. Thank you very much for watching. I'll definitely crack on in the future and do a couple more lives and that. But thank you very much. Catch you later.